welcome back to another video. I hope you are all well. Welcome to my channel if you are new. Today, as you will have seen, is all about running. So I wanted to go through running as a way of losing weight, because how many times have you heard, or have you personally, because I have, said, I'm gonna start running, I need to lose weight. I have definitely been guilty of that. So I thought I would go through running as a whole, in terms of like how it's beneficial, like in regards to weight loss compared to other things. And yeah, basically running isn't usually my normal topic, as you guys know. I'm not very good at running. I am awful at running. I don't like running, but after doing some research I think I know why. So I thought I would elaborate on that basically for you guys. So if you find this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, click the subscribe button and turn your notifications on, and let's get started. So to get started, running as exercise is great. So is swimming, so is walking, so is going to the gym, so is yoga. Exercise burns calories, that's just what it does. If you're moving, you're burning calories, you're exerting energy, you're burning calories. But running is one of the more accessible forms of exercise. You obviously, in this day and age, there's a lot of barriers or like restrictions. So, you know, in terms of time, running is great, because when you're at home you can just quickly go out for a run. It doesn't have to be too long. In a gym session, for you to be optimally training, it might be that you're lifting weights for a resistance session for around an hour. Now, I'm pretty sure most people do have at least 1 hour spare in their day, but if you don't, that's fine, you don't. But do you have 20 minutes? Like, could you go out for a run? Do you know what I mean? So like, it's more accessible in that sort of way. You know, same as other ones, so swimming, cycling, going to a gym, they all come with costs. Like, cycling is a very expensive hobby and activity or form of exercise. Swimming, you need a membership to go to a pool, or you are paying consistently to access a pool on a pay-as-you-go basis. You know, obviously you do need swimming kit and stuff. It's not that expensive, but it's still the cost. Gym, you're going to need a gym membership. Most of the time you're going to need to be driving to a gym as well. Same with swimming, you're going to be needing to drive to that location, so you're using petrol as well. Running comes with very little cost, very little startup cost for definite, because the majority of people have a pair of trainers and probably have some form of active wear from where they've previously tried exercise and it hasn't really stuck. So, you know, the majority of us do have a pair of leggings or joggers or shorts or whatever, and, you know, a baggy t-shirt, sports bra and some trainers. So running in that sense is, if you're getting started and you wanted to lose weight, running is one of the most accessible. It's the most affordable probably, because you're not having to pay for travel, you are your own travel. Until you're getting really serious, you don't really need to be investing in it. Obviously a good pair of running trainers is always recommended, just to ensure that you are looking after your joints, posture and all of that. But overall, to begin with, as a form of losing weight, like as a form of exercise to lose weight, it is good. It is a good way to do it. It's cheap, anyone can do it basically. But there is more to running than what people think. If you start going out for a run, the pounds aren't just going to fall off and melt off you. Like, there is so much more to running than just going out for a run and thinking, I've been for a run today, I've lost weight. So to start with, unfortunately, a lot of people don't realise actually how little calories you do burn going for a run. So roughly, the estimated calorie burn per mile is around 100 calories per mile. Now obviously that's estimated, that depends on you as a person, your gender, are you male or female, your height, your body weight, all of that does contribute to how many calories you burn. Obviously men, you're going to burn more. Women, unfortunately, we just burn less. That's just how things go. But sorry, I'm feeling very comfy today. what was I saying? Unfortunately, what happens is when a person that has just started running and they have gone out and say, you know, they've managed a 3-mile run, they've run, you know, 3 miles. Well, if they don't have anything that's telling them how many calories they've burned, more likely enough, they're going to think they've burnt more calories than what they actually have, unfortunately. And usually what happens is, especially with a run, it's then regarded, it's like treated as a, oh well, I did that run, I went for that run, so I'm going to reward myself with this type of food, or oh, I deserve this type of food. So then say you have, you know, I don't know, an extra slice of pizza or a slice of brownie. You've just consumed an extra 400 calories, but your 3-mile run has only roughly burnt around 300. So you're already like taking on even more calories to what you have burned. So what I'm saying is, 3-mile run, if you're a newbie, it's going to seem like very difficult. I know, I think I would find it very difficult to run 3 miles. But if you put me in a gym for an hour doing a leg session, I'm going to be burning around 500, 600 calories. Obviously, again, that's estimated depending on what you're going to be doing, but I'm going to be burning that. Now, I can do that because that's more me, that suits me, and obviously I am still aware, but I could then go and have that brownie or pizza slice if I wanted to, because I've still burnt more calories than I am taking on. So I'm still, you know, burning more than I am consuming. So that's the unfortunate thing. I do feel like as a new person to exercising, when you start running, you think it's going to be burning a lot more than what it actually is. So just be aware of that, basically. Another thing with running and your diet is obviously your diet still needs to go hand in hand. Just because you go out running, like I said, you can't just go and eat whatever you want. It still needs to be, if your target is if your target is weight loss, you still need to be in a calorie deficit. But the thing with running is it exerts a lot of energy. So you know, when you usually, if you've been for a run, you'll know it. When you come back, you're normally craving something sweet for that burst of energy, or like something carby to like refuel your body. But you need to make sure that you're not now overeating compared to what exercise you've done. So it's just being aware that just because you have gone out for a run doesn't mean you can then go and eat whatever you want. If your target is weight loss, you still need to be eating correctly. But obviously with running, you need energy, and people recommend eating carbs to fuel you for your run. So it is being aware and having that mindset of, okay, I'm running, but how many calories can I consume? Can I still be in a deficit? Can I still run that far? Am I going to get tired if I'm eating this little calories? And it's being in like a sensible calorie deficit where you still have energy, you're not so tired that you can't go out and you're going to run half a mile and then faint somewhere. You know, you just need to be sensible with your decisions, with your exercise decisions and your food decisions. A great thing about running is the afterburn that it causes. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but so say you've gone out for a 3-mile run and you have like exerted yourself, you know, you've worked at a high, what's it called? Like a high intensity. Like you have run it, you haven't like jogged it, you have literally ran 3 miles. When you come back, and like you've stopped running, that isn't the end of your calorie burn. You have a thing called afterburn. Now obviously again this varies on person to person, who you are, but usually what happens is after you finished your session you will continue to burn calories after. Now the more intense the like session or activity it is that you have done, the longer the afterburn or the more calories you will burn in the afterburn. So if I went for a walk, I'm not going to have an afterburn when I get back from my walk and I sit on my sofa really. But if I've just done, you know, a spinning session, like a run or interval sprints, when I come back I will have exerted myself a lot more, but I am going to have the afterburn effect after, so I will still be burning calories. So that is something great that running does do. So if you are running 3 miles, you will still be burning calories even after you finished your 3-mile run. But the thing is that you need to be aware of is running is quite difficult. Even though our bodies are made to run, for someone just to get up off the sofa and then go, I'm going to go for a run, that is going to send your body into like a bit of like shock. It's going to be like, what are we doing? So it's not just a case of, you know, throwing some trainers on, going for a run. You need to work yourself into it. So whether you start with 1 run a week, 2 runs, 3 runs, then you start to build it up gradually. Maybe you start to, you know, slowly increase how your distance or slowly increase your speed. It's about the progressive overload that you've heard me talk about within the gym environment. You can still progressive overload your intensity, your distance with your runs. It's just being aware that you don't just want to go out straight away and just run. For a new person starting with running, I would recommend something like interval runs. So even if it's jogging and walking, you know, you're jogging for 30 seconds, then walking for 30 seconds, or jogging for a minute, walking for 30 seconds, you know, that sort of interval where you can exert yourself and then you can ease off. You can exert yourself and ease off, and you will actually get a lot more out of that session than just going for a 3-mile run. Especially if you're a new person, because you might not be able to get that whole 3-mile run. And also I feel like a psychological sort of effect is that with intervals it's a lot more achievable. You can do that distance but in intervals, because you're jogging or sprinting or walking in different intervals, whereas if you just say, okay, I'm going to jog continuously for this long, you might get to the first mile and be like, oh, I can't do this, like I'm not made for it, I'm not supposed to, I'm not fit enough. And then that's where the whole thing comes in of, I'm not fit enough to run. You are, we all are made to run. It's just getting your bodies used to it. It's a very like uncomfortable feeling, running, I find anyway, as a new person. As you know, whenever I've run, I've never run consistently enough, so I always sort of feel like a new person to running. It is uncomfortable, you're out of breath, you're hot, you're having to move through different weather conditions. It's something that you need to, you know, prepare yourself, and interval training can do that. You know, it can ease you off, let you exert yourself, rest a little bit and go again. Now, my favourite bit about running. Should you just run to lose weight? No, you shouldn't. You should also be including strength sessions. It is so important that if your goal is weight loss, that you aren't just solely running. You should also be adding in resistance training sessions, so weighted sessions, lifting. The type of sessions that I do, I will leave my Instagram bio here again. Instagram bio, I will leave my Instagram name here, so you can go and check out the sort of workouts that I do. But this is the sort of thing you want to be incorporating into your like weekly fitness session. No, what do you call it? Your like weekly fitness plan. So you know, you want a couple of runs in there for the cardio. If that's your choice of cardio, that's fine, that's how you want to lose weight. But it's not just going to come from just running. You're going to need to add weights. And also doing weights will benefit your running sessions, because it's going to help build up your muscles so you can run for longer. Your joints will be stronger. You're basically going to reduce your risk of injury, because you're going to be building the muscles up, which takes less pressure off the joints, helps to build up the ligaments and tendons to protect you from any injuries, which obviously with running you can get injured. That's the only thing. Like any exercise, you can get injured, but obviously running, your knees, ankles, your main joints, they're more likely to get injured than say if you were, I don't know, swimming. No resistance there, so you're not gonna, do you know what I mean? It's just that. So when I was researching into this video, I actually found it really interesting, and I came across this thing called endocannabinoids. I don't know if I've said that right, but essentially it gives you this runner's high, like homemade. Yeah, so essentially it gives you this like runner's high. Now, I know I have never pushed myself enough to be able to get this runner's high, but essentially what it's saying is running releases these sort of feelings, pleasures, that make you feel like you want to keep doing it, you want to keep pushing yourself. And I can understand that. I can understand why people that enjoy running keep going back and back and back. But these don't come straight away. They are when you hit certain milestones, you know, you're pushing yourself. When you do your first run, you think, wow, this is so achievable, I'm going to do another run. But the second time, you know, it sort of wears off. By the end of the week, after you've done like, I don't know, 3 runs, you're like, yeah, this isn't as great as what I thought it was. And then you sort of come to a halt. And if you're like me, you give up because it's easier than going out for a run. But, you know, it would explain as to why so many people run and continue to run. That obviously into such a, like further down the line, people that run marathons, that feeling when you cross that line, that is going to release such a good high. That is understandable why people would keep doing it, you know, running to start with, then they run like a 5k, then they run a half marathon, then they run a marathon. You can see why they keep doing it, because you're constantly getting those endocannabinoids, which is obviously a human release of like a runner's high, basically. I think my number one tip would be, if you enjoy running, add it into your weight loss journey plan. If you don't like running, you don't need to add in running just so you can lose weight. There are other ways to lose weight. Like I said, if you just like resistance training, you can lose weight just from resistance training. If you just want to swim, you can lose weight from that. But there's more to it. You know, you need to eat right. You need to ensure that you are supporting yourself through the journey, and you're not just running and being like, I can eat whatever I want now because I've been for that 3-mile run. Because realistically, it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. I've got something in my eye. Now obviously, again, if you are new and you have just started running, you are going to get the newbie gains, or in this case newbie losses. So when you start going for a run, you know, say you keep it up for 2-3 weeks, you're losing weight and you're like, yes, running is the best thing for weight loss, and then you sort of, I don't know, plateau, you stop losing weight, or you give up running, and then, you know, next time you're due to go on holiday, you're like, I'm going to start running again, and then you carry on losing weight. But it's this thing that, yeah, it's newbie gains or losses, like I said, in this case, where you're losing, you're new to it, so your body isn't adapted to it. But our bodies are extremely clever. So if you start going for a run regularly, your body's going to work out how it's doing it. It's going to want to work the most efficiently, which means eventually it's going to not be burning as many calories. It's not going to be making the weight come off as quickly as you would like, or the fat come off as quickly as you would like. And eventually you will start to plateau. The same with all other sports. Like if a new person goes into the gym, you're gonna get newbie gauged, you're gonna lose weight, you're gonna build muscle quicker than someone that has been doing it for ages. They will only see tiny little progresses. And that's the same with, like, you know, in the other side of things, if you've got like an Olympic athlete, they will only see tiny progresses in their plan, because they're already at their best potential. So there's only tiny improvements you can make. So just be aware of that. That running isn't the cause for your weight loss. It's probably because you're new to it. It will help, but it might plateau eventually. Just be aware of that. And to end this video, I just want to say that the best form of exercise for weight loss is a form of exercise that you enjoy. There is not one thing that is best for weight loss. So running isn't the best, swimming, cycling, lifting weights isn't the best. It's whatever works best for you. Whatever you enjoy the most will be the best way for you to lose weight. I have found weights, and that's been the best way for me to lose weight. If you ask me to go for a run, I will cry and kick up a fuss, and I'll have a tantrum on the floor. That's not going to be enjoyable. I'm not going to be able to stay consistent, and therefore I'm not going to hit my weight loss goals. So find something you enjoy and work at it consistently, and you will see consistent progress, I promise. But that is enough from me all about running, which is slightly unusual because, like I said, that is not my thing. But I hope this has helped. I also hope it's helped some like new people that aren't necessarily interested in the weight side of things but are interested in running. I hope this has brought you to my channel. Yeah, if you want to see other videos about other sports, if you've got any topics you want me to cover, if you've got any questions, comment in the comment blocks below and I will get back to you as I always do. But if this video has helped, please give it a big thumbs up, click the subscribe button and turn your notifications on, and I'll see you for another video. See you later.